Hey everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 9 of Pure Love. Solstice, Winter Beginnings.
Hi everyone. And Joaquín is with us today. He hasn't been with us for a while. He's enjoying a lot of apple right now.
And he's very sleepy.
And we are sporting our new Heal Project t-shirts with our new logo on it. So we're very excited. This is going to be our last episode for the year. And we wanted to do a little something. Some people celebrate, the what do you call it? When the new year, we do our resolutions, right? Some people do New Year's resolutions. Some people, we did our
solstice.
Yeah, like manifestations for the winter solstice. We did some beautiful ritual with some chosen family and did a fire and really kind of try to manifest the things that we wanted for this new year. So
cleansing too.
Yes, lots of cleansing and letting go of a lot of stuff. So we were thinking that this episode would be about what are the things that we want to let go of and bring forth in terms of like our parenthood, or if we're talking about adult children or our teenage children. What do you want to change in terms of how you want to interact with your parents? And I think about this all the time. I think about constantly how I want to be different with you. Because I'm always like, there's no manual. There's never a manual. And even though I think that we have a really, really good relationship and I feel so blessed, it doesn't mean that we haven't had a lot of like rough spots and we struggle at times that I totally lost my train of thought.
Well,
wait.
Meaning that we can always improve no matter what.
Right. That when we that even though we have a really good relationship, that I always wonder, I wonder if there's something that I could have done better, or that in my mind everything is good, but sometimes we hold things back. So it's I guess for me it's partly like I want to say I want to do this better, but I guess half of that would be asking you to be honest with me, and is there something, anything at all, that you would want me to change? Anything at all, that you, I'm not even talking about little annoyances, because we all have little annoyances that are a pain in the ass, but something that you feel like is a character defect or a problem that you've wanted to talk to me about, that we can work on, or anything like that, or something that is you've seen that I do to myself, or that people I hang out with, or decisions that I make that are not good for me. I know sometimes those things are hard to share with those that you love, even when we say we're going to be honest, so I guess I ask you that because because I would want to change whatever it is that you need me to change. I need you to I guess, tell me, because I keep thinking and assessing, and I shift and change what I think, because we always talk about it, but I also want to check in again with you more, in addition to what I think, like working on trying not to be codependent, and working on stepping back more and giving you your space to make your decisions and not mothering too much and things like that, which is hard. Mm-hmm.
Well, I know for me, I know that I want to work on being patient. Mm-hmm. Especially, that I guess like because your health is different now. Mm-hmm. So for me, that I'll have to work on my patience and stuff. And I was thinking about the root of my impatience, and I think it's rooted in anxiety and fear.
Right.
Of the unknown. So I just like don't even want to deal with it, I guess. And that makes me short. So I want to work on that because, this is stuff that's out of your control.
Right.
So it's not like you're doing anything on purpose, and I need to just and I also want to have more patience with Joaquín too, because I know that he's just a little junior potato. Baby. He's still learning and growing, and you're figuring it out just like I am, but on a whole different level.
Right.
So,
and it's rough. It's rough. That's it's funny because I'm thinking about how could I be better with you, my adult daughter, but I'm also like, it's a whole nother level with him. Because I'm like, I'm learning how could I be better with him as a grandparent. I'm thinking, whoa. Like I have a whole nother opportunity, I'm like, because I'm thinking, I wish, instead of saying, I wish I could go back and do this with you, I was like, I have this opportunity with him. And with him, we talked about it, like sometimes he gets so much energy, and he just can't stop touching. And there are moments where, like, grab his hand and we're good. After a good 15 minutes of it, we're like, Joaquín.
Yeah, he's like pure static energy.
And we were saying we need to stop, like raising our voice because we don't want to associate, this high level of, because for me, I know that that's a trigger. That's a big trigger, and I want to end this generational like trauma around
yelling,
like violence, and it's like the emotional violence, and stuff, and that the yelling and that's just too much. I can't handle that stuff, and so I find myself, doing that stuff, and I don't want to do it because I pride myself in saying I didn't hit my daughter, but I was like, but did I yell? Did I yell? And so here's an opportunity not to yell. And so we've been trying to do the breathing with him. So it's like when he's getting a certain way to hold him and to do some deep breathing.
Or distraction.
And that's getting used to that. Because I still find myself saying, Joaquín, and I'm like, no, we have to. And so I was like, maybe it's when I start thinking about starting to yell, I'll break into singing instead, because he loves music, he loves to dance, and so that's a good way to redirect his energy, because as soon as music comes on, he starts dancing.
Yeah.
Right?
I like to dance and play instruments. But yeah, we're both like on the same page when it comes to him too, because I know like we're feeling the same frustrations but in different levels, because like I'm thinking like, for example, age wise, like for me I'm just like, I'm frustrated because it's a baby, but for you it's like you have so much, like you've already done, it's like I've already done my time, and now it's like there's a baby again and you're like, oh my god, I'm doing this all over again. So we have different sides of frustration when it comes to like a non-verbal communicative baby. Because he does communicate, sometimes verbally, we may not understand fully. We don't have like the direct translation, but we get the context clues and the little bit of sign language that he does. He's very good at communicating without words.
He is, yeah.
Very smart.
I think one thing that I would like to change is the way that I guess the way that I try to give you advice. I think I want to first ask if you even want it, you know, because I think what's happened in the past is when I've given you advice, I notice instantly like there's a shutdown, and then I've told you, I said if you don't want me to give you advice or you have something to say about it, then push back, you know, because you have a voice, and I want you to push back because you can tell me that. And sometimes I think because you're my child, you forget that and you shut down. And I've been telling you to do it, but then I thought about it and I was like, but I actually don't have to give you that advice, you know. So I want to check myself also because you are an adult, and ask if you do in fact want that advice and give you that agency. And if you want advice, then I'll give it to you. And if you don't, then you don't.
9 times out of 10, I do want the advice. I think my reaction is more an internal thing than anything to do with you in particular. Mm-hmm. It could just be because, you know, I have a Capricorn moon, so I'm my biggest critic, and I'm never good enough, or I could always be better. So I'm just like, holy shit, somebody's criticizing me. I'm the fucking worst. I'm terrible. I'm not going to be good at this. I'm like... So in my head, it's just like failure, failure, failure. So when I hear some type of criticism, even though I know it's coming from a place of love, I'm still like, oh my God, somebody's noticing a flaw. So it's mainly about me, not like, oh God, my mom's talking to me again. It's just like, oh God, I did something else wrong.
Okay. Are you enjoying them? What else? What are you thinking about?
That's a good idea. That is a good idea.
What else?
We should write that down.
We'll do it.
You can do it.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, I'll stop doing that. No? No? No more?
No.
Okay. No more. I'm listening. Okay.
I'm thinking a lot about a lot of parents out there stuck in their ways in terms of just their parenting, and that's really it's just really sad. I think that parenting should always be something that is
evolving and growing.
Absolutely.
As the times change, as you as a person change, because you know nothing stays the same, so you can't use the same methods all the time for every situation.
Yes, and yeah, it's just this like self-assessment and just seeing how things go. We have an idea of how we want to parent and what our children are going to be like, and then they're born, and you know the world is what it is, and things shift and change, and we just got to go along with it. And when we don't and we stay rigid, it could just really fail. And I think this is why I constantly stay in my brain about what could I do differently. I think for a long time I kept using the same method with you, and I kept saying, I sound like a broken record, and I was like, well, maybe it's time that I stop doing that. You okay, puppy?
Well, the skin is too much.
I need to stop doing that. I need to change my method because of what is that saying? You know, doing the same thing.
Oh, doing the same thing over and over and and expecting the same results is insanity.
Something
like that.
Yeah. So I keep myself busy and thinking and checking in. And also, I mean, the biggest part about this is the honesty. Really and truly, it's just being honest with ourselves.
You have the piece right there, and your mouth is full. Yeah, you don't have any molars yet, so you got to take your time. Can't be choking on camera. Yeah, don't want that. Definitely don't.
Hmm.
You're very wise.
No.
You're so wise.
No.
I also
No.
I think I definitely want to be more proactive with I mean I feel like I am being pretty proactive with my mental health, but I feel like there's always something more that I could do because it's just like I thought about it the other day and I was like, damn, like, this is a lifelong thing. It's never gonna go away. I just have to change how I deal with it. So I'm just like, I do therapy, I have medication, and I try to do things that make me happy, like, you know, hair, makeup, you know, arts and crafts, things like that. But I'm trying to see if there's more things I could be doing, holistic things to just keep.
Can I offer a suggestion?
Yes.
I really think it's one of the major things is going outside more.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and I know how hard that is because I struggle with that too. But I think we can help each other. It's going outside more.
I think so, and even though I'm you know, I'm a sloth, so you know, high activity of I'm just like, let's just sit down.
Go to the Y.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That I'm gonna push myself to go there, and you know, even if I'm on a bike or walking on the treadmill, you know, something. I should just do something to get some hormones pumping.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna push myself to do that, especially now that it's gonna be harder because it'll be cold and I'll really not want to do it. I'll push myself even harder to make sure that I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, not even for like losing weight or whatever. It's just to keep me busy and active so this winter doesn't hit me hard. Because last winter was pretty rough. Yeah. So
winters are tough.
So it's already tough to begin with, and then on top of that, you know, it was rough. So
yeah, and winters are rough in general, and also just the seasonal depression stuff too. And I would say one other thing that I would say that I am changing actually as a parent really, and as a daughter to my mom, is that I have definitely changed the way I have decided to talk about my survivorship and my family. That has changed as of like recently. That has changed. It is definitely an interesting experience to be a public person talking about being a survivor of incest and sexual abuse for so long, and to not have the capacity to grapple with that within your family. And so that very difficult path is happening right now. And so that's happening very openly with the support of my daughter. She's seeing that happen, and that's really important because, and that's going to happen openly with this one right here. That's going to be talked about. We need to talk about why it's been so difficult to talk about openly, and why it's so important to yell about it and to talk about it.
You can't sing and eat at the same time.
Yes, because talking about this topic is just of the utmost importance. So it is definitely my mission, because this little sweet potato means everything to me and all of the children in my family. So that is definitely a manifestation for the rest of, for this new year, for all of the children now to come, and for healing the lineage in my family for all of the children before, and the little girl in me.
Suave. What else? What else? Well, I know that I definitely want to just do more internal work because I'm going to be 30 and I feel like it's a big milestone and I want to change the direction that my life is going. So I'm trying to, I guess, to put it simply, I'm trying to find my purpose. So, I mean, besides Joaquín. So, because I want to make sure that I have an identity separate from him. I'm not just Joaquín's mom.
Right.
So I want to see, because I'm still very young, like, what is it that I want to do? How do I want to inspire and influence him in the right way by showing him how I lead my life?
Right.
So, because I know, like, the way you led your life was always an inspiration to me. So I want to be the same for him.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
Piggy.
from both ends.
I've been really loving thinking about this and continuing to think about all the ways to grow and just be a positive family and just be thinking as to be better caregivers, whether you're parents or aunts, uncles, have children in your lives. Just continue to think about that, and I hope we and you get to manifest all of the wonderful things in this coming year. And we will see you all in January.
In 2020.
Yes. So, Happy New Year, everyone.
Say adios.
Say adios.
Felicidades.
Felicidades. Happy New Year.
You want to blow a kiss? Maybe? No, you got food in your mouth? Okay.
Hey, ciao.
Ciao.